EWTN News Executive Editor and Washington, D.C. Bureau Chief Matthew Bunson joins us to put it all in perspective. Matthew, thanks for joining us. Can you explain first what Archbishop Aquila's letter represents? Is it reflective of what other clergy are thinking?
Well, I think it most definitely is reflective of what we're seeing from a number of bishops elsewhere around the world who are expressing the similar concerns about the progress of the Synodal Way, what it represents, and where it may be heading. Archbishop Aquila is embodying in a very significant way the role of the bishops to teach, govern, and sanctify. He is speaking out at this critical juncture after the first of the conferences has been completed to encourage his brother bishops, as he says, to witness to the gospel, to speak out themselves. But he's also expressing, I think, the theological concerns that have emerged out of this synodal way, and it does stand very much in contrast to Cardinal Marx.
So then what is the significance of Cardinal Reinhard Marx's resignation?
Yeah, it's a twofold significance, I think. First, on the wider scale, to have any cardinal tender his resignation, as we are seeing with Cardinal Marx, is one thing. This has ramifications for the Vatican, because Cardinal Marx, aside from being the Archbishop of Munich and Freising, is also a member of the Council of Cardinals that Francis has relied upon, Pope Francis, really from the beginning of his pontificate. Cardinal Marx is also involved in Vatican finance and the Council for the Economy, so there's that side. But then in Germany, this is a pretty significant event. It is a tacit public recognition of the failure of so much of the Church's leadership in Germany. And I think it is a testament as well to the reality that the Synodal Way already is something of a failed project, even if the Cardinal isn't necessarily prepared to admit it.
So then does his resignation impact the future of the German Synodal Way and the movement to bless same-sex unions?
Well, as the Cardinal himself said, and as we have noted, he is really doubling down on this as the most important way forward for the German Church. I think, however, that this is something of a public blow to the Synodal Way, and I say this because the Cardinal himself was such a driving force, such an important figure in bringing it about. One of the questions now is going to be, will his resignation be accepted, and who's going to follow him?
It sounds like there would be a lot of cleanup if it is accepted. Do you think we will see more from the Vatican that will directly oppose what is happening at the German Synod?
Well, we have seen quite a bit of a response from the Holy See already. We can go back to Pope Francis's letter in June of 2019, for example, to the Germans, asking them not to proceed with this synodal path. The big question is going to be that if the resignation is accepted, who will follow him? If it is someone who is considered very orthodox, someone who is so-called conservative, that would be one way of Francis sending a very clear message. That remains to be seen first, if it's going to be accepted, and then who would actually succeed him.
Well, we'll keep watching this carefully. Thank you so much, Matthew.